ready? You ready? We'll see Grandpa for his birthday. How we doing, everybody? Back in the garage. Tomorrow's a big day, but I don't know if this will be a separate video or whatever, like an update video. It kind of depends on like how much work we do on it the next 2 days, because tomorrow we're going out with the dragster, which, like I said, could potentially be a different video. I'm not really sure. So as of right now, we're working on the Monty. It's Friday night. I got in last night, Thursday night, and Dad has been working on the car since the last video you saw, which was only 3 weeks time. And he seems to have got a tremendous amount of work done so far, which is great. So he's been, it's very interesting in here because the dragster used to be here. And now Nick's car's here because the dragster's in the trailer. But I think the game plan for Nick's car is to take the motor out. Yeah. So take the motor out, and then they're going to take it apart and then ship it off to get refreshed. And then I'm assuming we put back together there. Yeah. So it'll be put back together at the engine shop and then put back in the car, because we're hoping to potentially be invited to a race in February, but if not, our first race would be March, so, or at least testing in March. So that car's down for a little bit, and then that means we have some prime time to work on the Monty. Well, Dad does have some time to work on the Monty, so I guess I'll show you what's done so far here. So the last time you saw it, there was no interior pieces in it, which now I see them in it, and that's cut down, right?
They trimmed it for the wheel tub.
So this part right here, which is, I gotta focus on it, right here, was much bigger, but being that there's going to be a tub there, it's trimmed down. It looks good. I mean, I think it looks good. Yeah, so Dad has been cleaning up and all that. Oh, I didn't know you had both sides in. Nice. So both sides are in, and then the back is much cleaner and neater than it was 3 weeks ago when I was here. It's now primed and everything, which looks great. So probably just keep plugging away at that. We're going to clean up a little bit in here because it's quite a disaster, because it's a lot of work moving all that stuff around to get the dragster out, especially in the middle of the shop. And then, you know, you got to make some room for Nick. And then this stuff is the same. And then he was working on here, the rocker panel as well. But big progress in the back. And then the two panels right here. So hoping, yes, the back window has been busted. I did mention that last time. And then I'll be back sometime in December. I just don't know if it's early December or end of December. So I'm assuming sometime in December. I think we're in agreement that we probably will have the body back on it. So the body will go back on it for good, finally. And then just finish up whatever's left, and then hopefully get out sometime in the summer with it and see what it does. But that's the update so far on the Monty body, and we're gonna get working on it for the next 2 days in between taking the dragster out. The time has come, people. The dragster is at the racetrack. So, my parents, our parents have been talking about running a dragster for God knows how long. And after, I don't know, 20 years maybe, we're finally at the track one. So today should be an interesting day at Cecil County.
Could be my last, I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. So bring on the sunshine, to hell with the red wine, pour me some moonshine. When I'm gone, put it in
guy. He don't even have, look at this. He has no race suit on.
This is great. It's great.
Just hanging out. Today's dragster thing is a big deal because lately, I'm sure Nick agrees with us, our parents have been breaking their ass to get us to the racetrack and to try to make us as successful in racing as possible and set us up. And today, something like that. I mean, listen, we're only successful really one time so far. Let's be honest. 1.5. We got to this finals one other time, but today is really about our parents, and it's really cool to see them doing their own. For me, it's really cool to see them back out doing their own thing. And now we're just pit bitches.
So now when they screw up, we can just make fun of them.
Yeah, so we'll shit on them if they make a mistake.
If he lets out after he lets go of the trans brake because it hits hard, he's a bitch.
Put it on record, that's it. Was a success to the point that at least went down. So it seems like it's definitely a little bit bouncy. Was having a little bit of trouble firing back up. So first time the car's been out in years. So we have no idea really what it has set up in it or anything. We didn't do anything to it besides put the motor in and fire it up and bring it here. It sat for a while, so it's got much too big tires on it. It did a burnout. It sounds really good. Now I guess we're gonna make it a little more of a smoother ride, which is what it's supposed to be like, supposedly driving a dragster. So we're gonna work on that right now and see if we can get a little bit lined out and try to go up for a second pass. Okay, we are up here for pass number 2. It's almost 2:30, so they finish at 4. So depending on how good this goes, we might have to hot lap it and try to get it back into the lanes, try to make a third pass, but we'll see. Okay, we are back in the garage. It is Sunday. Yesterday, which is probably the last clip you saw, was the last pass. Or maybe me driving the golf cart almost falling off the back of the truck. We took the dragster out. We would consider it a success. It was the first day out with it. You know, it was just we put the motor in and all that. And just kind of took it out from there. Definitely got some work to do, but that's test and tune. Hopefully next time we get out there, it'll be figured out. But We're thinking the tires are just really, really big. Which, do you know how big they are?
I don't know the exact size. They're considered the big bubbas.
Okay, so they're called Big Bubbas, and supposedly a dragster like that with that much power and all that should be running Little Bubbas, which are
Littler.
are they substantially
Yeah,
smaller?
they're pretty big.
They're much smaller. So obviously we'll get those set up and ready. We got, it was testing. We went out, we did a burnout. The car went semi-straight. We consider it a win from there. But now we're back in the garage. And right now we're going to work on the rocker panel. So this rocker panel here was cut out and was starting to be replaced maybe like a year ago, right?
Quite some time.
Probably a while ago. I think we did it with the body. Was the body off the first time we did this?
I had the body off.
So the body was off, which was I don't know. There's probably a video on YouTube of us taking it off for the third time. So the third time that we took it off, or the second time we took it off, is when we did this. And then we put it back on. We left it, and now it's back off again. And now we're going to finish it. So that's what we're going to work on now. And I showed you an update on the back. So we're just going to start getting this kind of ready, because this is one of the other major pieces that needs to be completed for it to go back on the chassis again for good. So we're going to start working on that and go.
When I'm gone, put it in stone. He left nothing behind. I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
So we have pieces, which is over here too. These rocker panels, the tubs are going to go in there, so these rocker panels might have to get cut short. The replacement one is much longer than the stock one because it's a replacement or whatever, and it's not cut. So we might have to cut some excess off of here, which is right where my finger is. That excess might have to come off for the tubs. But
Actually, it's not long. It's the same exact length. We're gonna cut both sides.
come on.
What tomorrow brings, life's too short to waste it. I say bring on anything. I ain't here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. So bring on the sunshine, to hell with the red wine. Pour me some moonshine.
It looks like we are good for this weekend. We got the rocker panel welded in and set to go down back on the chassis. Obviously a little bit cleanup, whatever, but the bulk of it is complete. It is connected. It's also cut. You see right here, we cut that one and then cut the one on this side as well for the tubs. And then back here, we just had to cover up some holes, which are right there. We had to put some weld on there. So that'll do it for this weekend. I'll be back. Well, I'm not leaving this second. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, but I'll be back early December, and hopefully by that time, Dad feels confident in it. And
We'll have the body ready.
my bitch will have the body ready to go back on. So hopefully, if he feels confident enough by then, we'll get it all set back on the chassis, which is cool. And then maybe, I was just thinking, I don't know when they plan on pulling next motor out, but I could potentially be there, but I don't really know. So that'll do it for this weekend's video. Thank you guys for watching. He's still gone. He's still gone. My bitch is still doing it.